Hey guys, George here. Now, I have made over seven figures in the fitness space, and something that I really wish I would have done sooner would have been building with the end in mind. Now, what I mean by that, I'm 30 years old now. I turned 31 in October, and in my kind of mid 20s, I was building for the sake of building. Okay, more hours, more work, more DMs, more content, more marketing, more sales, more launches, more of just everything. And to a degree, there were points where I was kind of throwing shit at a wall and waiting for something to stick. Now, one thing that I really, really want you guys to do watching this video today is to build with the end in mind. Now, me and my partner are incredibly entrepreneurial, right? I'm great with people, okay? Building relationships, getting results with people, getting the best out of people. My core skill sets rely in helping people with kind of back end systems, with marketing. My partner, Lauren, she is amazing when it comes to leadership, amazing when it comes to sales, and she's actually managed sales teams all over the UK and helped them to add 8 figures to their business. So she's very, very good at that. And if we are going to build our dream business and build our dream life, we need to start having a lot more hard conversations, and we need to start actually sitting down and kind of realizing and ask ourselves the difficult questions of how can I build now for the end in mind? Now, we are most likely going to be planning to have kids in the next few years. And if that's going to be the case, I cannot be the guy who works 7 days a week. I cannot be the guy who says yes to every single client. I cannot be the guy who takes all the work on myself. I need to automate, delegate, and eliminate tasks that are not my job. So one of the first things that I did, that I've got literally written down next to me, is I wrote down a list of every single thing that is done within my business, both for myself and for staff members. So at the moment, we've got a group of staff members on board at the moment. So in total, there are 8 of us on board Coach Corner. And of the 8 of us, there are different roles. Okay, so we've got a head coach, second coach, third coach. We've got an out-and-out coaching delivery coach. We've got our ads kind of team. We've got admin assistant. We've got editors. And ultimately, with all these guys kind of working behind the scenes with us, my job is to ensure that I delegate tasks that are not my job. Case in point, editing a video is not my job, although I'm going to keep these nice and raw for you guys. Sorting out Stripe payment failures, not my job. Scheduling posts, not my job. There are a long list of things that simply aren't my job. And quite frankly, if I was paying somebody what I earn per hour to edit a fucking video, it would be ridiculous. So I need to make sure that I'm passing that off. Now, in order for me to build with the end in mind, I have to sacrifice quite a lot of limiting beliefs that I previously had about myself, right? And that's that I am the best at doing this thing. That's not true. If you want to build a business, if you want to make 7 figures, if you want to build a business maybe to 20K per month, 30K per month, 40K per month, 50K per month, you have to get really good at understanding the difference in these two things. Where you are valued and where you are necessary. You think that you're necessary in everything. You think you have to answer every DM, answer every WhatsApp message, build every program, coach every client. You think that you have to send every DM, take every call, create every piece of content. That's just simply not fucking true. I mean, behind my scenes right here, I've literally got like an AI system that's helping me with my scripting for my content. I'm not doing that. I've just provided prompts over 6 months. And now it knows me better than I know me. If I'm tired and I wake up, oh yeah, shit, I forgot that. Okay, I need to make sure that I'm focused. Much the same with my staff members. So the reason I'm saying this to you guys, I have staff, this is a big statement, but it's true. I have staff right now that if you fit a specific kind of criteria of person, so if your business is at a certain level, you will genuinely, hand on heart, get a better result with them than you will with me. Because I'm appreciative of the fact that obviously I own this business and I'm valued, but I'm not always necessary. And there will be times where it would actually be selfish for me to take on a client at a certain point, knowing that at that point, we have specialists in that area. We have specialists when it comes to mindset. We've got NLP coaches, okay? We have coaches on board that are fantastic at helping you with productivity, with time management, with organization. We've got coaches on board that are brilliant when it comes to ads. So we need to figure out after a conversation which person is going to be the best fit for you. And you should be doing the same thing for your business. You know, when you're looking to hire a coach on board, you must hire someone who's a good fucking human being, who aligns with your values and aligns with your morals. You do not necessarily have to pick the person with the highest level of skill. Because when you become a business owner and when you go from being just a coach to actually a business owner, something that you need to get really fucking good at is learning the art of leadership. learning the art of essentially bringing that person on board, taking them under your wing and coaching them on your SOPs and your KPIs. This is how we onboard a client. This is how we program a client. This is how we check in with a client. This is how we get clients results. This is what happens if a client's struggling. This is when things might need to be elevated to me. This is what happens. This is what we do when a client's having a really bad day. This is what we do to celebrate a client. These are the milestones we have with clients, and these all need to be documented nice and clear so that when a coach comes on board, you've got a kind of 21 days to kind of 4-week onboarding sequence that you run through, and it's nice and structured step by step by step by step so they understand at any given point what is going to be expected of them, okay? The next thing that I wanted to talk about with growing with the end in mind. I right now want my primary focus in the next 5 years to become the man that is going to be an amazing, amazing husband. Okay? Now you might think, well, surely dad would come first. No. If I'm in a relationship and I get married, I have to make sure that as the man in a relationship, that I look after my personal standards. And if I look after myself and I act in alignment with my values and I'm honest and I'm loyal and I'm trustworthy and I work hard and I'm present, that means I can be a better husband. If I'm a better husband, me being a better husband allows my wife to be a better wife. We can mutually love each other and our children get to grow up in a very loving and caring and nurturing environment, which means that we can actually raise our children better. And that's why my wife is going to be the most important person to me. Then it's going to be my children, okay? Because then we can raise them properly and give them a great life. Then after my children, of course, my family, my brother, my mum, my close friends. I want to be making sure that I'm a present son, I'm a present brother, I'm a present friend. And then I'm steering this Coach's Cornership. I'm a mentor, okay? I'm a consultant. I am the owner and the CEO and the president of the business. And I can steer the ship any which way that it goes. I need to be a visionary. I need to be waking up fresh and not having too many hours and too many calls on my desk. I mean, if I even open up my diary right now, as of right now, I have far more control over my diary now than what I did 2 years ago. Because 2 years ago, it was everything myself, coaching everybody, grinding as hard as I possibly can, and I had no time to do everything. You know, even if I look at today, just to give you guys a little bit of an example of my day. So 2 hours total to train, that's driving, training, driving back. So 2 hours total to train, 3 hours spent on content. And then we had a call at 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m., and then 2:30. So 4 calls, which is a pretty standard day. Had 1 webinar. And then I was working on some back-end systems and creating a launch kind of moving forward. So, you know, I'm spending on an average day, maybe 4 hours of my day physically on calls. So if I'm then going to take on more clients and more responsibility and more check-ins and more programs and more work, that would actually be selfish for the client. So what we want to be making sure we're doing, again, like I said at the start of the video, is building with the end in mind, getting myself to a point whereby eventually, which will happen, I actually bring in somebody who can take the sales calls for me. Okay. And one thing that I need you guys to understand about like the kind of mindset unlocks you need to go through to build a great business, because watching this today, there's a high possibility that you're running a service-based business and you're a coach because you're watching Coach's Corner content. You think because you're a coach, you have to be a coach at all times. Do you have to coach 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 plus people? You run a business, so you need to act like you run a business. So what you need to start doing is getting very, very, very good at starting to understand where your own capacity is and what your perfect week and what your perfect day would look like. Because what a lot of people tend to do is once they start earning their first like 5K month and then their first like 7K month and then the first like 10K month, you're buzzing, you're earning great money, you're really, really excited, but then suddenly, slowly start losing your life. You're seeing your friends less, you're seeing your partner less, you're seeing your mum and dad less, and slowly your life is being taken away from you. I have spent hours sat in rooms of coaches that are stuck between 10 to 15K, and they will not let go of responsibility. And they've got bags under their eyes. They're tired, they're moany, they're miserable, they're resentful, they're complaining about people because they no longer have a life. And great, they're earning good money and they've just bought a Porsche, congratulations, and they're wearing like Gucci shoes and they feel great about themselves. But really when they go home at night, they don't feel great about themselves because they don't have a business. You know, they've just built themselves another job. So if you want to build a business that is highly impactful, that is highly profitable, that gets amazing results and allows you to live the life that you truly wanted to wake up in the morning and live, whether that be with yourself, with a partner, or whatever it may be, you must build with the end in mind. Have a very, very, very clear vision of exactly where you're heading. Okay. Now, the most amount of coaches or clients I've ever kind of had on the team working with myself at one given point was actually 110. Okay. okay, 110. I wouldn't advise anybody to do that, okay? I then reduced that. I didn't get rid of people, but I just slowly over time didn't take anyone on for quite a period of time and kind of pushed people to kind of our coaches. And we actually did have a few of our coaches who were a better fit for my staff member move over, got that down to 80, then slowly down and slowly down. As of today, as of right now, I'm currently coaching 33 people myself. I love coaching people, but I'm aware of the fact that if I continue to do that, it would be selfish. So my goal for 2027, transparently putting this out on YouTube right now, is I'm going to be coaching 20 people, okay? I know that my core skill set, if you come to me with an established business, with an established brand, you're already coaching a really decent amount of clients, you've already got great client results, and you're very passionate about helping people, for me, for our match, your business is on easy mode. We've had clients join us, and when they joined us, or when they joined me even, they're at kind of 7K, and went from 7K to 12K within a matter of 6 weeks. No ads, no extra staff. We have clients who have joined us, who transparently joined me, and this is previously when I was kind of taking on board kind of more of an open field for clients. I've had clients join me and start at 5K and go to 25K in 1 year. No ads, no extra staff. He does need extra bloody staff. If you're watching this, mate, get some staff. We've also had clients like, Alex and Shane, who joined myself, and they started at 10K and they're already at fucking 26K, and that's 5 weeks in. So the point I'm trying to make to you guys is, as you move through business and as you move through your coaching journey, you'll start to notice and have a very clear image in your mind of who you're great at working with. I'm really good at helping people hire people because I'm great with people, with human beings. I can help you to hire, I can help you to train, I can help you to manage, and that will scale your business. I'm also great at plugging systems in your business that are needed, like lead generation systems, sales systems, marketing systems, office, like whatever it is. And I'm good at getting the best out of people. And I know if I'm mentoring 50, 60, 70 people, I will no longer be able to get the best out of people because I'm managing my team and managing staff members and moving the business forward. And it would just be silly. It would really, really be silly. It wouldn't make any sense. Hence why I'm making that decision right now. It's a very tough decision to make, but I'll only be working with 20 people next year. Okay? So, guys, if there's one thing you take from this video today, have a real deep think to yourself, what is it that I actually want? What business do I want? What life do I want? Like, what am I really trying to create for myself here? Do I want to coach 100 people? If you do, hats off to you. Fair fucking play. I love that for you. And at one point in my life, I wanted that. And then the thing that made me not want that is destroying relationships, destroying friendships, not having a social life, not having an off switch, and developing, I never diagnosed, but I had pretty bad anxiety. I would get heart palpitations constantly and my hands would shake. You know, when your WhatsApp screen time is 6 hours every single day, plus sales calls, plus programming, plus everything else, that will do that to a man. I don't want anyone watching this video to get to that point. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Great, you'll earn good money, but what's it for if you can't enjoy it? So again, very hard decision to make, but start with the end in mind. Ask yourself, what do I want? What kind of business do I want? What kind of life do I want? What do I want to create here? And who knows? You know, you might actually find something about yourself that you didn't even realize, because I used to think that having time and peace and energy and freedom and earning more money and scaling a business were two separate things. They can coexist at the exact same time. They absolutely can. A lot of people think they can't, but they can. The way that you do that is specific strategy, staff that have been trained properly, and systems. Specific strategy, staff, and systems. If you want to learn a little bit more about how you can plug these things into your business, there's a few ways that you can find out about this. First things first, I share this on my Instagram page every single day. Go binge watch my content. Second thing, we have a free WhatsApp community with over 110 coaches right now, online coaches from all across the world who are currently sat in the community, and we teach stuff in the community every single day. Finally, if you'd rather work directly with me, fantastic. Just drop me a DM on Instagram with the word coaching. I'll reach out to you personally. Like I say, we've got a very, very, very tight-knit team here. And I do genuinely have a relationship with every single client, whether you're working with, me or Nathan or George or Ollie or Anna. Doesn't matter who you're working with. Like, I get to know you on a personal basis. So I will talk to you and I will have a call with you. I cannot promise, if you're watching this video in 2027, I can't promise that I'm going to be the one taking the call because of where the business is heading. But guys, have a real think about what I said. And I believe in you and the fact that you can scale this business a lot larger than you currently got. All right? Take care.